I found a pile of Sun Yan's portraits in Zhou Sai's safe. I was so upset that I knew he was dead. I rushed up without saying anything and gave him 2 slaps, scratching his face. At first he just dodged, then he got angry and pushed me away. What's wrong with you? Are you sick? I grabbed the portrait and smashed it in his face. I'm sick. But you're the fucking one. Are you disgusting to secretly draw your sister-in-law? Zhou Si's eyes turned red as he looked at the drawings on the floor. Su Sisi. I've never seen anyone as mean and vicious as you. You're just jealous of Sun Yan and have bad intentions, but you can't compare to her, not even a little bit. Why didn't you die at the beginning? I've heard this sentence too many times, but every time I hear it, it still makes me lose my mind. I picked up the stool and rushed up. Fuck you. That day we broke into the police station. The policeman asked me considerately if I was being abused. I sneered. Who are you looking down on? This is called fighting, do you understand? Although my hair was disheveled and there were bruises on my face, but Zhou Si was also bleeding, I won this round. After leaving the police station, we pointed at each other's noses. This marriage must be divorced. Whoever doesn't divorce is a dog. Who would have thought that we would die on the road to divorce? The second before the tanker hit me, I was still scolding him for being a dead pervert who hid in the dark corner and peeped and fantasized. Zhou Si's face was as black as the bottom of a pot, and he gnashed his teeth. I like Sun Yan from beginning to end. If you didn't look exactly like her, do you think I would be with you? Su Sisi, why don't you take a piss and look in the mirror? How can you compare to Sun Yan? The thing I hate most in my life is being compared to Sun Yan all the time. Even if she dies, I will live under her shadow. Why? My hand has already grabbed Zhou Si's hair. Come on, die together. The next second, a harsh sound sounded, and the tanker rushed over out of control. My mind was blank. I saw Zhou Si's face turned pale, and he slammed the steering wheel and rushed forward with his side. I looked at him absent-mindedly, looking at this man who has been entangled with me for 10 years. We always don't get along well, arguing and fighting. They have never stopped in these 10 years. Why don't we break up? Some people asked him, and some people asked me. I said nothing. He smoked in silence. No one could tell the reason. Just like that year, he looked listless and held a bunch of wilted flowers, asking me if I wanted to try. How strange. He had just rejected my confession a few days ago, saying that he didn't want to fall in love and only focused on studying. How come he came to his senses after a few days? It wasn't until much later that I found out that he actually went to Sun Yan to confess his love, but was rejected by Sun Yan. He saw me when he was frustrated and sad. He saw the face that looked exactly like Sun Yan. Subconsciously, he walked towards me. He used me as a substitute. He recalled Sun Yan through me. 10 years. He really deserved to die. He deserved to die. Who needed him to exchange his life for mine? He just let me live 0.01 seconds longer. Unlucky. Forget it. The debt is settled when a person dies. From then on, all the past grievances and grudges turned into a wisp of smoke. I just hope to open my eyes in the next life. Damn, as soon as I opened my eyes, I saw Zhou Si, who was 17 years old. Why was he sure he was 17? Because he was holding a bunch of wilted blue swallows with his dead face. I don't like swallows. I like roses, red roses, warm, romantic and flamboyant. Zhou Si looked down on me and said I was vulgar. He asked me if I knew what the flower language of swallows was. Don't you think they look like little swallows flying lightly? It symbolizes freedom and freedom. Don't you think it's beautiful? I don't think so. I only know that roses represent love. Lovers always give roses to each other. But I never received a bouquet until I was hit by a tanker truck. Reborn to this moment. Very good. Even more unlucky. The most unlucky thing is that Zhou Si also raised his head. The moment our eyes met, we both saw the familiar look in each other's eyes. Ha! I knew without thinking that he was back too. This summer was particularly hot. I was about to enter the 3rd year of high school. Some people were running around in cram schools, while others were taking one-on-one classes at home. Only I was lazy every day, going out before dawn and running home reluctantly at dinner time. It was the same today. I kicked pebbles all the way, and the resentment on my body could be felt 5 meters away. I was nervous when I saw Zhou Si. I like him, the first person I like when I first fall in love, sour and beautiful. But he rejected my confession. There was a distant smile on his face, saying that he was only focused on studying at this stage and didn't want to fall in love. I was ashamed, annoyed and sad, and ran away crying, vowing not to like him again. But when he walked slowly towards me, I couldn't help but stand there with my heart pounding. He said, "Do you want to try?" I nodded without thinking, this love-brained behavior without dignity. bottom line or position is the greatest shame for the rest of my life. If I had to do it again, I would sneer at him without hesitation and silently raise my middle finger. Zhou Sai licked his back teeth, stuffed the flowers into the trash can, and turned away. 10 minutes later, we met again at my door. Shenfang was full of vigilance and suspicion, holding the door and staring at Zhou Sai. Who are you looking for? Zhou Sai was rarely at a loss, even with restraint and caution. Auntie. I'm looking for Sun Yan. Can you let me see her? I have something to say to her. Why are you looking for Sun Yan? Who are you? Shenfang's aggression has become real. Her eyes are wide open, and she is fierce. Zhou Sai also seemed to be frightened, and he was still trying to speak. I said irritably. Didn't I say I don't like you? Why did you come to my house? Do you think Sun Yan can help you? Don't you know that she is the one I hate the most? Come with me. Facing Shenfang's suspicious eyes, Zhou Sai was also pulled downstairs by me. Zhou Sai also had a gloomy face and shook me off. I know you are back too. I don't want to care about the past grievances. If you think I'm sorry for you, then I apologize to you, but Su Sisi, you should understand that our rebirth at this time is the opportunity given to us by God. I will definitely protect Sun Yan. No matter who it is, she can't take her away from me, not even herself. I don't expect you to help me, but don't make trouble, otherwise I won't let you go. I listened to Zhou Si's affection and warning expressionlessly. When he finished speaking, I sneered under his angry gaze. Who do you think you are, idiot? Everyone likes Sun Yan. She is excellent, kind and beautiful. At school, she has always been the top of the grade and is a seed player who will hit Tsinghua and Peking University and get the top score in the college entrance examination. She participates in various competitions, is good at singing and dancing, and is proficient in piano, chess, calligraphy, and painting, but she does not think she is superior to others because of her excellence. She always smiles gently to teachers and classmates. At home, she is the pride of her parents, the hope of the family, and the existence praised by everyone. She never disobeys her elders and is well behaved. No matter how high the requirements are, she always nods obediently. But even so, in the year when the college entrance examination ended, in the year when she got the top score in the college entrance examination, when her parents were hosting a banquet and accepting everyone's envy and jealousy, she climbed to the top floor, jumped down, and ended her life. No one knows why she committed suicide, including me, but later, as I grew older and my memory rewound, I glimpsed the modeled beauty. I parted ways with Zhou Sai, and I went home slowly. As soon as I opened the door, I saw Shenfang holding a glass of milk for Sun Yan. She looked gentle and stroked Sun Yan's long hair. Mom will take you to teacher by later. She said you have made great progress, but you can't be proud. You must continue to work hard. By the way, do you really not know that boy just now? Give your phone to mom, and mom will check it. Nian Nian, this is a critical moment. You must not learn from Su Sisi and hang out with those questionable boys. Su Sisi is already useless. Mom only has you left. You must strive for excellence, okay? Drink the milk quickly while it's hot. Shenfang had noticed my existence a long time ago, but she didn't care, and even rolled her eyes at me in disgust. I thought silently. As a daughter who has been useless, I can't bear this bad reputation in vain, so I took a few steps forward, snatched the glass from Sun Yan's hand, and smashed it to the ground with a crash. Su Sisi, what do you want to do? Shenfang yelled hysterically. I raised my eyebrows. If I can't drink this milk in the future, Sun Yan won't be able to drink it either. Have I ever drunk milk when I was very young? I don't remember. Anyway, since I can remember, I have never touched the good things at home. Those exquisite foods, well-matched nutritious meals. As soon as I stretched out my chopsticks, Shenfang would slap the back of my hand. What are you eating? I prepared it for Nian Nian. It's a waste to give it to you. It's better to feed it to the dog. The dog can still guard the house. What can you do? At first I would cry and make a fuss, but I got nothing except a beating. Shenfang always beat me to death. She raised her hand high and slapped me hard, with a loud bang. I was hit and turned my face away. Half of my face and head were numb. Su Sisi, are you going crazy? You still want to drink milk? Don't you think about whether your grades are good enough? You are still comparing yourself with Nian Nian. Don't you see what kind of character you have? Get out of here. This family doesn't welcome you. She picked up the blackboard stick on the table and wanted to hit me. This time I didn't take it obediently. I ran away, knocking over tables, chairs and vases as I ran. There were crisp noises in the house, and the house became more and more messy. Shenfang screamed and chased me. No matter how chaotic or noisy it was, Sun Yan just sat there obediently, watching quietly, neither helping nor stopping anyone, and even picked up the book on the table and started reading, until I snatched her mobile phone. Finally, she looked up at me. There was a moment of doubt in her cold eyes, and then she froze. She froze watching me rush into her room with my phone and slam the door shut. I wanted to lock the door the first time, but I found that the lock was broken and there was no such function. I could only press my back against the door. Outside the door was the sound of Shenfang kicking the door and yelling. I had a twisted and happy smile on my face, took out my phone and turned it on, and cried, "Hello, is this 110? My mother is going to beat me to death. Come quickly, come and save me." Shenfang was taken away. After she continued to resist, scratched a policeman's neck, and threatened to beat me to death. She will face 24 hours of detention. The police looked at me with pity and asked if I needed help to contact other relatives. He told me tactfully that they could only do so much, and if I insisted on keeping Shenfang in custody, I would face a more embarrassing situation when she came out. I nodded repeatedly and expressed my gratitude, but at the same time, I insisted that she must be detained, no matter what. At least I can get a good night's sleep. The police looked at me with even more distress. At the same time, he pointed at Sun Yan. "Is that your sister? Is she okay?" Compared to my pitiful appearance, Sun Yan, who had always been expressionless and isolated from the world, seemed more worrying. I smiled bitterly, nodded my head, and said in a voice that Sun Yan could hear, "She has a problem with her brain, stupid." Sun Yan froze and seemed to be clenching his teeth. Out of humanitarianism, the police contacted our father, the father who had been away all year round, working hard to make money, and would only come back during the holidays. And when Sun Yan achieved major results, he politely apologized to the police and said that he would definitely come back in time and restrain his wife's behavior. But I knew that he would not come back at least in the next 2 days. After sending the police away, I yawned. Sun Yan looked at me inexplicably. I stretched, walked into Sun Yan's bedroom, and lay down on her bed without any hesitation. About 5 minutes later, footsteps sounded. I opened my eyes and Sun Yan was standing by the bed, looking at me with a sullen face. "This is my room. Oh, please go out." "What if I don't go out? This is my room." You only know this sentence over and over again. Isn't it true that every essay you write can be used as a model essay? Why? You treasure this bed and like it very much. Sun Yan stopped talking again, but pursed her lips more tightly, and her eyes looking at me became deeper. "Since you don't like it, lend it to me for one night. This is the first time I sleep on such a soft bed and such a fluffy quilt. Goodbye. I won't see you off. Remember to close the door for me when you leave." I closed my eyes and ignored her. I don't know how long it took, but she finally left and really closed the door for me. But the action of closing the door was not gentle. Tisk, it turns out that she also has emotions. I thought she was really out of touch with the world. I turned over and buried myself in the quilt. I didn't mean to squeeze Sun Yan when I said that. In this 3-bedroom and 1 living room house, there is no room for me. At first, there was a room, the smallest and darkest study. Later, Sun Yan started to play the piano. In order to put down the piano worth more than 100,000 yuan, Shenfang emptied my room and built a telescopic door on the balcony. The space there was too small to even put a single bed. Shenfang bought a folding bed. Su Guiyong disagreed. "You are too unreasonable. How can Cici live?" Shenfang didn't care. "What can we do? The house is so small." Teacher Bai said that Nian Nian is very talented in piano and can become a master. For Nian Nian, we have to give in. If she is as talented as Nian Nian, I will also stick to her. After hearing this, Su Guiyang was silent for a long time and finally sighed and said nothing. From then on, I lived in the cramped balcony. I lived there for nearly 10 years. I hated Shenfang and Su Guiyong. The one I hated the most was Sun Yan. She enjoyed everything calmly and never said a word for me in the face of Shenfang's harsh criticism, mistreatment, beatings and scolding. I looked at her expectantly countless times, but in the end it turned into disappointment. I even felt that her gaze at me was cold, condescending, and full of joy. She hated me, just like I hated her. But why does she hate me? That night I slept in a daze and had countless dreams. In the dream there were Shenfang and Su Guiyong, but more of them were Sun Yan and Zhou Sai. Sun Yan fell off the building, his brain burst and his face was unrecognizable. Everyone was screaming and collapsing. They shook my shoulders one by one and asked me, "Why didn't you die?" Those hideous faces gradually became clear. It was Zhou Sai's face. He pinched my neck and gritted his teeth. "Why didn't you die?" I woke up from the dream, sweating profusely. When I opened the door, I saw Zhou Sai standing at the door, facing Sun Yan, his face flushed, his heart beating wildly. How innocent it can be. Sun Yan classmate. "Good morning. Have you had breakfast? I bought some. Do you want to try it?" He raised his hand like offering a treasure. "More than just some. This is a lot." Sun Yan held the door and didn't let him in. His voice was gentle but distant. No, thank you. May I ask what brings you to my house? Is it? Zhou Xi also froze, his eyes wandering, and fell on me. I'm looking for Su Cici. Zhou Xi was also a little disappointed. With a sad face and no words all the way, he was indifferent even when I took breakfast from him. After eating a bowl of wontons and drinking a cup of soy milk, he handed me a meat bun, Chenji's beef bun. You always say you want to eat it, while they are still open, hurry up and eat it. I stopped. Chenji's beef bun, thin skin and big filling, oily and slightly spicy, is my favorite breakfast throughout high school, with a cup of freshly ground soy milk, satisfying. I did say many times that I miss this breakfast, but Zhou Xi never responded to this topic. It turned out that it was not that he didn't hear it, nor that he didn't take it to heart, but just didn't want to pay attention to me. Thinking of this, I kicked Zhou Xi's calf. Zhou Xi also took a breath of cold air. You are sick. You are crazy again. You don't want to pay attention to me. I don't want to pay attention to you either. Goodbye. Never see you again, he yelled at my back in frustration. 2 hours later, in a dessert shop, our eyes met. Why are you here? Welcome. He was confused, and I was smirking. The name of this dessert shop is The Dessert House, which is opened by Zhou Xi's cousin. At this time, he was questioning his cousin. Did you hire her? Do you know the law? She is underage. My cousin smiled. If you don't tell me and I don't tell you, who knows she is underage? Zhou Xi stared and turned to question me again. Why did you come here to find a job? Are you sure this silly girl is easy to cheat? Why do you want to find a job? Lack of money. I raised my lips and said word by word, none of your business. I greeted and sent off people all afternoon, and Zhou Xi sat in the corner like an angry pufferfish. After a long time, when I looked over again, he had fallen asleep with his head tilted back and his mouth open. My cousin used her arm to nudge me. Does my brother like you? Are you two having an affair? I cleaned the table expressionlessly. He likes my sister, huh? My twin sister who looks exactly like me. Hiss, substitute literature. Is he such a beast? Wait for me. I'll beat him to death. The good news is that Zhou Xi was beaten up and down by his sister, and he ran out of the dessert shop. Good news too. I passed the trial and got the part-time job. The salary is 10 yuan per hour, doubled on holidays, and settled monthly. When I came out of the dessert shop, Zhou Xi was still squatting in the corner. He stood up when he saw me. If you have to fart, just fart. Can't you talk properly? You won't let me go. What did you say to my sister? Why did she hit me? I rolled my eyes and didn't want to pay attention to him at all. Zhou Xi grabbed me. Su Cici, you always live on the balcony. Why? Your family obviously has 3 rooms. Why do you live on the balcony? Later you bought such a big house and customized a 3-meter bed. Is it because of this? But why do you go to the study to sleep every time I'm not at home? And, it's endless, right? I impatiently shook him off. We are no longer related. It doesn't matter now, and it won't matter in the future. Leave me alone. Stop asking about my business. What does it have to do with him? Yes, you want what you don't have. I bought such a big house and customized a 3-meter bed because I never had one. But such a big house and such a big bed make me scared. It's empty and makes people feel uneasy. Only when I stay in a study full of things and lie on a narrow sofa bed can I feel safe. How ironic and sad. I thought I could make up for the lack of my youth when I grew up, but it turned out that was the poverty of my life. After coming out of the detention center, Shenfang immediately called the teachers of various cram schools and asked them to make up for the courses that Sun Yan missed. Then she rushed into the kitchen and cooked nutritious meals for her beloved baby. At first, she glared at me and wanted to hit me. I shook my phone. If you dare to do it, I will call the police. Shenfang was so angry that she was panting. Give Nian Nian's phone back to her. No. Either you buy her a new one or she won't use it anymore. Shenfang's face turned red with anger. She pulled Sun Yan to check and asked her if I had bullied her in the past 24 hours. Sun Yan was listless, shook her head, and said nothing. Shenfang thought I must have done something bad in this way, but she was afraid and didn't dare to really do it to me. She could only stroke her chest. It's really a sin. How could I give birth to such a disaster like you? You are ignorant and want to bully Nian Nian. You should have strangled you to death. Why didn't I strangle you to death? She had no way to vent her anger, so she finally chose to ignore me, just as if I didn't exist. I didn't have any food or dishes, and even the water in the house was moved to Sun Yan's room. I shrugged and went to the balcony. I ate a few slices of toast and a sandwich under the light outside the window, and it smelled delicious. From that day on, Shenfang completely excluded me, if I wasn't afraid of what outsiders would say. I probably wouldn't be able to enter this house, but I didn't care at all. I got up early every day to go to work and came back at night. I ate bread when I was hungry and drank mineral water when I was thirsty. The only annoying thing was that Josie was always around. It rained heavily that day. It was a bit stuffy at first, but then the strong wind brought a bit of chill. When I came out of the store, I shrank my neck and hesitated about how to go. Josie also handed me an umbrella. Here, for you. I pretended not to see it and moved to the side. He made an irritable tisk sound. What are you trying to show off? Are you not going home? Or do you want to run back in the rain? There was a gloomy look between my eyebrows, and I raised my eyes and glared at him. What do you want to do? Josie tightened his grip. I want to ask you a question. Why did Sunyan jump off the building? Su, aren't you in a hurry at all? That's your sister. You are related by blood. From the same mother. She will jump off the building, commit suicide, and die. Don't you want to change or save her? You should stay by her side, protect her and take care of her, instead of making money here. Josie's words were powerful and passionate, so righteous, so affectionate. My original tit-for-tat slowly dissipated, and I even chuckled at him. He froze. Some were at a loss, some were puzzled, and some wanted to say something but stopped. And I didn't give him a chance to speak, and turned and rushed into the rain. The rain was so heavy, it hit me head on. I couldn't open my eyes, and my clothes were instantly soaked, but I had no intention of stopping at all, and ran back home in one breath. All my clothes were stuck to my body, dripping with water, and I felt very uncomfortable. I knocked on the door, but no one answered. I knocked again, but still no one came to open it. I exhaled a breath of foul air and sat down against the door with some exhaustion. My body was soft and I was shivering. I touched my forehead and it was a little hot. It's true that good fortune never comes alone, but misfortune never comes alone. I probably have a fever. Shinfang won't open the door for me. Sunyan won't care about me either. I am even less qualified to have the key to this house. I think I should be the most miserable and useless reborn person. I leaned against the door and fell asleep in a daze. I don't know how long it took, but the door suddenly opened. Facing the light from the corridor, I saw Sunyan, standing there in her nightgown with her long hair loose. I pushed her aside and went into the house. I couldn't help but sneer. I've never seen such a thing before. You actually opened the door for me. I thought you wished I would die outside. Sunyan didn't say anything. She just closed the door and squatted down, wiping the water stains on the floor with a towel. Unlike Shinfang's indifference, Sunyan really didn't care. It was as if I was a stranger or a transparent person. She couldn't see me. She didn't want to see me. Then why did you ask me for help, Sunyan? Have you ever wanted to stand up for me, even once? In this family, you are spoiled and get all the benefits, but you have never said a word for me. Are you particularly proud? You stepped on me? Watch me being treated badly and abused, and you lived like a little princess. Are you particularly happy? Do you hate me so much? Sunyan still didn't say a word, but the movement of his hand stopped. I waited. 1 second and 2 seconds passed. 1 minute and 2 minutes passed. The light in my eyes slowly went out, and I moved my feet slightly, wanting to turn around. Sunyan stood up suddenly. The towel fell to the ground. Her arms were so tense that they trembled. She suppressed her voice and growled, "Yes, I hate you. I hate you so much. Su, you are a waste. When did your memory start? 6 years old, 8 years old, or 10 years old? I was 2 years old, when you were still playing with blocks and dolls. I could already recite the entire 3-character classic. Mom was very happy and called Dad and asked me to recite it to him. She asked Dad to come back quickly and said she would take me to the hospital for an IQ test, 120. This is my test result. The intelligence level is relatively high, and it is relatively outstanding among the crowd, but that's all. But Mom didn't listen. She just thought she gave birth to a genius. Geniuses need genius training methods and educational investment. She imagined a beautiful future. Come, I said I wanted to eat candy, but she said no, geniuses can't eat candy, but Dad still bought me 2. I ate the lychee-flavored one and left the strawberry-flavored one for you. That was the last lollipop I ate. Su, how can you live so carefree and unrestrained? I begged you not to go out and play, study with me, read books, and accompany me, but you can't sit down and study. You are a waste. You are a waste. Nothing more than being beaten, scolded, and abandoned by your mother. But I am a genius. If I go from a genius to a waste, I will die. She will kill me. A flash of lightning cut through the night, reflecting Sunyan's eyes. Her eyes were red with hesitation, helplessness and fear. Then a thunder exploded in my ears. I couldn't help but shiver, and the biting cold spread from my fingertips to my whole body. What nonsense are you talking about? Who will kill you, Shinfang? Sunyan was shaky and raised her hand to wipe away her tears. You don't understand. You don't understand anything. Have you ever been in a room that can't be locked? Someone stands quietly behind you at any time. She can't understand the content of the book, but she will suddenly say that you are too close to the book, that you are sitting wrong, and that you can't be distracted. You dare not relax for a second. Those eyes follow you like a shadow, like a thorn in the bone. Have you ever been stared at while sleeping? When you open your eyes, someone is standing in front of your bed. Wipe your sweat, cover you with a quilt, hold your hand, or do nothing, just watch you quietly. You are everything to me. I only have you. You have to work hard, don't slack off, and don't fall behind. You have to take the first place and be the best one. My child should be the best. Only if you do your best, Dad will come back and will not abandon us. Otherwise, what should we do? I can only drag you to death. All these words seem to have exhausted all of Sun Yan's strength. She supported herself on the sofa and stood up again after a long time. The voice returned to calm. Mom took sleeping pills and won't wake up tonight. You came in by yourself. It has nothing to do with me. Her steps were weak, and she returned to her room like a wandering soul. I lost my strength and fell into a chair. There are some things I don't want to ask anymore, including the words under the bed. Sun Yan's suicide is a mystery. She didn't leave a word. Not a word. Shenfang almost tore down the whole house, trying to find the truth about Sun Yan's suicide. Until the bed was opened, everyone froze in place, the crooked words engraved on it, like a pair of big hands, strangled everyone's throat. Save me, save me, save me, Su Sisi, save me. Why did Sun Yan want someone to save her? Why was my name on it? Shenfang pinched my neck and screamed. What did you do to Nian Nian? Did you harm her? Su Sisi, why don't you die? Why didn't you die? I don't understand either. Why did Sun Yan ask me to save her? Or did she need someone to save her because of me? At that moment, Shenfang's hatred for me had already made me indifferent. I fell into deep hesitation. Sun Yan, what do you want to say to me? That night, I occupied her room. After she closed the door, I crawled under the bed. There was no dust there, cleaner than the floor outside. I turned on the light of the phone and shone it on the bed. The dense and crooked words had occupied half of the space. I touched my name with trembling hands. So, Sun Yan, are you asking me to save you? Shenfang stared at me. How did you get in? I drank the porridge calmly. Lock me out of the door. Last night was the first time and the last time. Otherwise. Otherwise? What? Shenfang sneered. This is my home. You can only enter if I let you in. If I don't let you in, Su Sisi, what are you doing? She screamed and wanted to go forward but didn't dare. I pulled Sun Yan's hair and picked up the scissors and put them on her scalp. She didn't move, except for the initial groan of pain. Shenfang was shaking all over, angry and anxious. Let go of Nian Nian. What do you want to do? I raised my eyebrows. Don't move, otherwise, I won't know whether I'm cutting her hair or her neck when I cut the scissors. Shenfang took a breath of cold air. Su Sisi. Ah. With a click. A large strand of Sun Yan's waist-length hair was cut off by me. Shenfang cried out in pain, as if I was cutting her flesh. This sound pleased me. I swung the scissors without any rules or beauty, and each time I swung them, I was very fierce. Strands of hair fell and scattered on the ground in a disorderly manner. Shenfang's crying echoed in my ears. At this time, Sun Yan was in a mess, with uneven hair, long and short, and broken hair everywhere, but she kept her eyes down. As if all this had nothing to do with her. Finally, I threw down the scissors. The next second, Shenfang roared and rushed towards me, pushing me out. She trembled and held Sun Yan's face, and her eyes looked as if her rare treasure had been ruined. She roared again and picked up a bench beside her. I ran out. But when I was close to the door, I was hit on the back by the flying bench. The pain made me gasp, but I didn't stop, and ran downstairs quickly. I bumped into Zhou Xi, who was going upstairs. What's wrong with you? Why are you so pale? Where are you hurt? What's that noise upstairs? Did you have a fight with your mother? Get lost. Zhou Xi also pulled me with a bad look. Why are you always like this? Su Sisi, can't you talk properly? Like a stone in a pit, stinky and hard. Can't you change your temper? No matter what, that's your mother, you. I took a deep breath and pushed him away. Don't force me to slap you so hard in the morning. Su Sisi, Zhou Xi too. I looked at him coldly. Little master who grew up in a honey pot, stay away from me, stay away from our home, and stay away from Sun Yan. Zhou Xi's lips were pursed into a straight line, and his face gradually darkened. I can't do it, Su Sisi. I will never give up Sun Yan this time. I will protect her and prevent her from any harm. Ha! I sneered, and my smile was full of sarcasm. Protect her? Who are you? Does she remember who you are? You don't know anything? And you still want to be a hero? Idiot. The days pass slowly. I have completely broken with that family. As long as I am there, the atmosphere at home will drop to the freezing point. like an ice seller. Shenfang took Sun Yan to get her hair done, now she is like a tomboy. She is even more indifferent to me, she doesn't even look at me. I still go out early and come back late every day, busy. The only thing that bothers me is Joe Tsai, after disappearing for 3 or 4 days. He began to appear in the dessert shop every day, he stayed there for a whole day, we didn't have any communication, but I know he often looked at me in a daze. Soon, more than half of the summer vacation was over, and I got my first salary in my life, at the same time. The day I was waiting for also came. Tomorrow, Sun Yan will participate in the city's concert, which will be broadcast live. For such an important occasion, our busy old father must be present. Shenfang's nervousness was visible to the naked eye. She watched Sun Yan and asked her to play the repertoire over and over again. While telling her not to be nervous, she kept repeating, "You must perform well, you can't make any mistakes, and you absolutely can't make any mistakes." I sneered at this. Shenfang glared at me hatefully. In the morning, before dawn, Sun Yan was called up by Shenfang and started playing again. I buried myself in the quilt irritably and fell asleep again. When I woke up again, they were gone. There are many people in the dessert shop today. After a busy day, my cousin winked at me. Where is my silly brother? Why didn't he come today? I don't know, he probably went to cultivate his sentiments. What the hell? I smiled and didn't explain. When I got home in the evening, Shenfang was so happy that she danced with joy and said that Sun Yan was her pride. It seemed that the performance was perfect, but there was no sign of Su Guiyong. Hey, where is my old father? He passed by the door 3 times without entering. Shenfang's face froze, and it was obvious that I had hit her sore spot. What do you know? Your father is very busy, otherwise, where do you get all these food and drinks? Do you think it's easy to make money, really? I thought he was busy coaxing his little wife. What nonsense are you talking about? Okay, I shrugged. Just treat it as my nonsense. Shenfang stopped me with a gloomy face. Do you know something? I tried to wear Shenfang's patience with a half-smile, and when I saw that she was about to explode, I slowly spoke. I saw him walk into the Juanhao Hotel with a woman in his arms. Shenfang was struck by lightning, and her face was twisted like a demon, grabbing the bag on the table. She rushed out without looking back. Compared to Shenfang, I hate Su Guiyong more. When I was a child, I relied on him. He was not as partial and mean as Shenfang. He always disapproved of Shenfang's behavior. The palms and backs of the hands are all flesh. How can you be like this? So I told him all my sadness and grievances. I said, if mom and dad divorce, I want to follow dad. Su Guiyong rubbed my head with both heartache and relief, but that night, when he and Shenfang quarreled, he blurted out, Cece hopes that we will divorce and don't want to follow you. Look at how unsuccessful you are as a mother. Su Guiyong turned around and left with his luggage. Shenfang looked at me sinisterly, grabbed my hair and dragged me from the living room to the kitchen, and made me kneel in the kitchen all night. I cried and called Su Guiyong. I begged him to come back, saying that I was scared. He scolded Shenfang on the phone and comforted me, but he never came back. Is this love? Shenfang told me directly that she didn't love me. Su Guiyong told me that he loved me and felt sorry for me, but he did nothing. In the end, he still told me that he loved me, but he had no choice. Sun Yan took off the wig on her head, stood up slowly, and prepared to go back to the bedroom. Take off your makeup, change clothes, and follow me. Sun Yan paused, but did not follow up. I will only wait for you for 10 minutes, and I will leave when the time is up. Where are you taking me? Sell you. Sun Yan was stunned for a moment. The way she stared at me blankly made me feel inexplicably happy. I knocked on the table. Hurry up. Sun Yan shuddered, turned around and walked towards the bedroom, her steps getting faster and faster, and she tripped over herself when she was near the door. After 8.5 minutes, Sun Yan walked out of the bedroom. She was wearing the same white dress, but her face was rarely flushed, and she was a little out of breath. She must have been really anxious. I raised my chin and walked out the door first. Sun Yan followed me closely. Whenever I looked back, she was 1 meter away from me. The first stop was to take her to a dessert house. My cousin's eyes widened. You really look exactly the same. But you two are too easy to tell apart. Sister Wenjing is so out of place. I smiled. We are different people, so of course we can recognize each other. I took a piece of cake and a cup of coffee and placed them in front of Sun Yan. Try the most popular matcha cake in the store, cappuccino. Sun Yan blinked and picked up the spoon obediently. I work part-time here. I am here every day when I am not at home. The boss is very nice, and the colleagues are also very kind, but there are many things to learn. This cappuccino, I learned for a long time. It is a bit difficult to draw. You should be able to learn it in an hour. Recently, I have been learning to make cakes with the master. It is quite interesting. Sun Yan ate in small bites while listening to me quietly. I took away the cake halfway. Leave some space for you to eat something else later. Do you want to eat anything? Sun Yan thought about it. Street stalls. So I took her to the university town. It took an hour and a half to walk from the street to the end of the alley and back to the street. Sun Yan's face was a little pale. Stomachache.
Yeah.
No. Let's go. I'll take you to the next place. The bus drove for 20 minutes and we got off the station. Looking at the familiar building in front of her, Sun Yan was a little confused. I didn't explain and took her into the small building not far away, on the second floor, the third room on the left. I took the key and opened it. The space is very small, with a bed, a wash basin and a bathroom. The table and chairs over there were bought by myself. I can't help it. This is the cheapest rental house near our school. I rented it using Sister Zhou's identity information. She helped pay for a year, and I paid her monthly. I put the key in Sun Yan's hand. This door can be locked, and there is only one key. If someone knocks on the door, you can choose to open it or not. Will you stay here for a night? Sun Yan tightly grasped the key in her hand, and her fingertips turned white. A minute passed. And I didn't wait for her answer and walked out of this rental house. Outside the door, I squatted for a long time until I heard the sound of the door being locked. The corners of my mouth lifted up barely noticeably, and I slowly got up and went downstairs. Shenfang has never been an easy person to get along with. She is stubborn to the point of paranoia, and has a strong desire for control. Anything that is out of her control will drive her crazy, among them. Su Guiyong is the one who can ignite her emotions the most. Su Guiyong doesn't answer her calls. Su Guiyong doesn't take her out. Su Guiyong doesn't go home. Do you know how busy I am? Do you know how difficult it is to support a family? Then I will take care of the children, and you go to make money? Shenfang is a paper tiger. She will throw tantrums and be unreasonable, but in front of Su Guiyong, she retreats again and again, as long as he comes home, as long as they don't divorce. Su Guiyong has something going on outside, and she is completely unaware of it. Impossible. She just turned a blind eye and deceived herself. Now that I have exposed it, Shenfang will definitely go crazy. She rushed into the hotel and beat up the mistress. Su Guiyong was furious and kicked Shenfang out, but what he didn't expect was that someone reported the hotel for pornography, which not only attracted the police, but also reporters who followed. This scene was recorded completely by the camera. Those who should go to the hospital went to the hospital, and those who should go to the police station went to the police station. Another beautiful night. The next day, when I stood in front of Sun Yan, her expression changed from confusion to shock, then understanding, and then pale. Su Cece. What do you want to do? In the reflection of the window, I have the same short hair as hers, which I asked the barber to cut according to her photo, and this white dress, I took it from her closet. With the same cold and indifferent expression as hers, who can still tell which one is Sun Yan and which one is Su Cece? I looked at her seriously. Let's play a game. From today on, you are Su Cece and I am Sun Yan. You run away and I'll settle the score. Su Guiyong did not admit that he had cheated. He only said that she was his subordinate and that he was in the same room with her to discuss work. It was Shenfang who was suspicious and did not trust him. Since there is not even the most basic trust, let's get a divorce. Hearing this, Shenfang instantly wilted. She accepted Su Guiyong's words and swallowed her anger. In the living room, Su Guiyong had lost his patience. Okay, I've sent you back. I have something to do at the factory, so I have to leave right away. You're not eating at home. Su Guiyong, do you still have this home in your heart? I'm busy every day, and you can't even see your shadow. You finally came back, but you're leaving before you even have time to sit down. Are you done yet? Do you know that because of your mess, I lost tens of thousands of dollars? What should I do if I don't go back? Will the customers not want me? Will I not make money? Will I not be able to live? Shenfang shut up, holding her breath, unable to swallow or spit. Su Guiyong glanced at her with disgust and looked at me with a warm and gentle look. Nian Nian, you should study hard at home and listen to your mother. Tell your father what you want and he will buy it for you. By the way, where is Cece? Why haven't I seen her for so long? Shenfang, did you beat or scold Cece again? You are a mother, and you are so partial to her. It would have been fine if I hadn't mentioned this name. Shenfang almost fainted when she did. I spoke slowly. Su Cece was driven away by me. Shenfang and Su Guiyong looked at me at the same time, and the air became quiet, and you could hear a pin drop. Nian Nian, what are you talking about? What do you mean Cece was driven away by you? Did Su Cece bully you again? Damn it, it's a misfortune for our family, a misfortune for our family. My expression was calm and my tone was calm. Su Cece seriously affected my studies and made it impossible for me to calm down, so I asked her not to come back before the college entrance examination. Su Guiying's face was full of condemnation and disapproval. Nian Nian, Cici is your sister after all. Although she has a bad temper, you can't drive her out. This is your fault. What nonsense are you talking about? Do you know what Su Cici has become now? Look at Nian Nian's hair. It was cut by Su Cici, and she even called the police to arrest me. I'd like to drive her out. I've wanted to drive her out for a long time. Do you still look like a mother? You're the one who caused the unrest in the family, then do you look like a father? You're making a fuss. I don't want to talk to you. The two of them started arguing again, and I stood up to break the deadlock. I think the most important thing at this stage is the college entrance examination. In order to take the college entrance examination, everyone in our family should compromise and make concessions, since Su Cici is also a member of the family. What does it matter if she makes a little sacrifice? Shenfang's eyes lit up and she said yes, again and again. Su Guiyong was hesitant. Forget it, whatever you want. I don't care. Dad, you are the pillar of our family. How can I not care? I just need your help with something. Dad, can you give me 50,000 yuan? Su Guiying's eyes widened. Nian Nian, what do you want 50,000 yuan for? This is Su Cici's living expenses, tuition and accommodation fees for the next year. I promised her that she would not go out and tell everyone that she moved out voluntarily. 50,000 yuan is not a lot, but it is enough for a student to live lavishly for a year, and a part of it can be left over to support college. 50,000 yuan is not a small amount. Even if Su Guiyong can take it out to buy bags for others casually, but he is unwilling to give it to this family. We are all family. Why are we still talking about money? Cici is too outrageous. Shenfang also felt that it was too much. Why should I give it to her? I will give her as much as she wants. Is it outrageous? I didn't interrupt and let them vent until the end. She said lightly, when I get the top score in the college entrance examination, there will definitely be media interviews. I really hope that there will be no gossip at that time. They were all silent for a while. Su Guiyong took the 50,000 yuan reluctantly. And Shenfang felt so distressed that it seemed as if she had bitten off a piece of her flesh. When I gave it to Sun Yan, she was standing at the counter wearing a wig and my clothes. Zhou Xi was also beside her, operating the coffee machine slowly and looking at her after finishing a step. When Sun Yan nodded obediently, Zhou Xi also curved his mouth and smiled very satisfied. I stared at this scene for a long time, then he turned around and left without hesitation. Zhou Xi also caught up with me when I walked to the station. Su Cici, he was panting. I knew it wasn't you at first sight. Sun Yan's suicide was related to your parents, right? Is this the solution you came up with? To replace her? Su Cici, what do you want to do? Zhou Xi. I helped him tidy up his messy hair like in my previous life. Zhou Xi froze, and there was an emotion in his eyes that I couldn't understand. Su Cici, don't mess around, I chuckled. Are you afraid that I will commit suicide? Do you think I am someone who will commit suicide? Zhou Xi shook his head. You won't. Even if you want to commit suicide, you will take someone with you. How should I put it? You know me well, so don't mind my business. If you really want to do something, just help Sun Yan find out some shortcomings and fill some gaps like today. Zhou Xi, you can't be anyone's savior. Only she can save herself. When I got home, Shenfang had already prepared the meal, the same old stewed beef, scrambled eggs, vegetables, rice, and a glass of milk. Nian Nian, drink the milk first. While it's hot, I picked up the milk and poured it all into the sink in front of Shenfang. Sun Yan, what are you doing? I won't drink this milk anymore. Why? Do you know that this is for your nutrition? I've never drunk it, but I gave it to you right away. How could you pour it? Don't you really know that I'm lactose intolerant? I asked Sun Yan this question as well. She was silent for a long time, nodded, and said she knew. When she was very young, she didn't drink milk frequently. Shenfang would only give her milk once in a while. When she had diarrhea and vomiting, Shenfang would call Su Guiyong excitedly. She said Sun Yan was sick and asked him to come back quickly. If Sun Yan refused to drink, she would stare at Sun Yan. Don't you want your dad to come back to see you? Shenfang's face looked a little ugly. What is lactose intolerance? How come I don't know? Nian Nian, don't listen to what others say. They are just trying to make money and trick you into buying some health products. Mom is doing this for your own good. Look at you. I've been drinking it for so many years and there's no problem. How can mom hurt you? I took a step back and looked at her disappointedly. I study so hard and don't have any requirements for you. I just hope you can do a good job of supporting me. Reasonable diet, healthy matching. You can't do such a simple thing. Forget it. I still suggest that dad hire a nanny for me. Shenfang's face was full of disbelief. Who am I working so hard for? You want to hire a nanny? Sun Yan, do you have a conscience? I looked puzzled, but you really didn't do it well. Can't you say it if you didn't do it well? Mom, you have to admit your mistakes. You can only correct them if you know you're wrong. Shenfang fell. When she lost her mind and raised her hand to slap me, I tripped her, looking down at her with a blank expression. Mom, you are like a shrew. At 3 o'clock in the morning, the alarm clock woke me up. I took a knife from the kitchen and went into Shenfang's bedroom. After being mad at me, her face turned the color of pig liver. She never came out of the bedroom and didn't even eat dinner. When I walked to her bed, the knife hit the cabinet. The sound was dull, but it was clearly audible in the quiet night. Shenfang moved, woke up faintly, and looked into my eyes. The next second, a broken, collapsed, and terrified scream sounded. Mom, don't be afraid, it's me, Sunyan. What do you want to do? What do you want to do standing in front of my bed with a knife? Shenfang hugged the quilt and shrank into the corner. Her voice so sharp that it was split. I sighed and sat down beside her bed. Mom, do you usually cook for me with this knife? I waved the knife. It must be very hard to cut vegetables when it's so heavy. Although you didn't do it well, it's undeniable that you worked hard, Mom. As long as you don't affect my studies and future, you are my most beloved mom after all. Okay, go to sleep. I'll watch you. Shenfang looked like she was about to collapse. She suppressed her fear and sent me back. But she didn't know that tonight was just the beginning. The next day, when she found out that I ordered food from the restaurant downstairs and asked someone to bring it up, she exploded again. She threw all the food on the ground in front of the waiter, and smashed everything on the table with a scream. I said nothing, expressionless, and looked at her coldly and disgustedly. Shenfang's movements became smaller, and slowly she hesitated, and even embarrassment flashed across her face. Tisk, I raised my foot and walked out. Where are you going? Shenfang held me. I looked at her calmly. Mom, I have a lot of homework in the afternoon. I need to replenish my nutrition. Fear mostly come from the lack of a sense of power. When I was a child, I was afraid of Shenfang because I couldn't resist her. She could slap me away with a slap. She could easily drag me. She pressed me to the ground, and I didn't even have the strength to struggle. Later, I hated Shenfang. Hated her partiality, mistreatment, and indifference. But I'm no longer afraid of her. I can dodge her slaps. But if I can't dodge, I can run. Even when I grabbed her arm, she couldn't break free. My sister ate very poorly since she was a child, all leftovers, but she is in better health than me. Not only is she stronger, but she also gets sick less often. And I, who grew up in luxury, gasp after walking a few steps. Teacher Bai is a very gentle and considerate person. Seeing that I was breathing rapidly, she asked me if I was unwell, so I told her these with a wry smile. You don't know, I'm actually lactose intolerant. But my mother insists that milk is good and forces me to drink it, in order to keep me in shape. She never lets me eat too much. All my meals are low in oil and salt, and are bland and tasteless. Beef is good, eggs are good, and vegetables are good. I can only eat these 3 dishes forever. And they never change when I'm sick and have to abstain from food. I don't do outdoor sports because it wastes time. My legs are almost degenerating. Teacher Bai's face was full of heartache. Why is your mother like this? Whether something is good or not depends entirely on whether it is suitable. Everyone's physique is different. Doesn't she understand? I looked at Teacher Bai with emotion. My peripheral vision caught a glimpse of the half-open door. Shenfang must come over because my music score fell in her bag, so I sighed and spoke. Teacher Bai, I wish you were my mother. My mother should be like you, gentle, knowledgeable and respectful. You said, an adult who can't even control her own emotions. How can she give birth to children and reproduce the next generation? Shenfang was in a trance all the way. As soon as she went upstairs, she saw Zhou Xi pacing at the door with a box of cakes in her hand. What are you doing here? Su Sisi no longer lives here, so don't come here again in the future. Zhou Xi also scratched his head, a little embarrassed. Auntie, actually I like classmate Sun Yan. This is the cake I made myself, and I want to give it to classmate Sun Yan to taste. Shenfang was stunned, looking at me with disappointment and a little bit of snickering. Sun Yan, what's the matter? Did he say that? Do you know that you are in the critical period of the college entrance examination now? How can you do such a thing? You really disappoint me. I said walked past her and opened the door, and at the same time took the cake from Zhou Xi's hand. Thank you. Shenfang snatched the cake and threw it on the ground. You are so young. You are in love too early. Your father and I worked hard to earn money to send you to school, so that you can study, not fall in love. Sun Yan, you really disappoint me. She almost gritted her teeth when she said the word disappointment. I raised my eyebrows. He likes me, not me. Why doesn't he like others? But you, have you really done nothing? If you think so, I can't help it. Sun Yan, what's your attitude? I went into the kitchen amid Shenfang's roar, took out the kitchen knife and threw it on the ground. If you think he shouldn't like me, Then kill him. Shenfang fell silent. Zhou Xi also swallowed his saliva and moved out almost unnoticeably. I called him here. Zhou Xi is also a bit annoying. After so many things, he probably realized that his appearance in front of Shenfang would cause trouble for me or Sun Yan, so he became cautious, but he always lingered around. I called him, come whenever you want, come as often as you like. If you want to drive someone crazy, you can't always use a single element. When every point around her can make her explode, she will not be far from collapse. That night, I appeared in front of Shenfang's bed again, staring at her straight. This time I didn't need to make any sound. She shot up in less than half a minute. I held her hand, my voice faint. Mom, there are only you and me in this family. You won't leave me, right? You have to believe that I love you no matter what happens, but it would be better if you were better. My mother must be the most powerful one. Otherwise, why should she be my mother? Don't you think so? Okay, I'll sleep with you, just like when we were kids. I won't leave you. And you don't leave me for the rest of your life. It was only 2 days. Before and after I appeared in Shenfang's bed for 2 consecutive nights, she locked the door. No matter how I clapped and yelled, she refused to open the door, so I took a kitchen knife and chopped the door. I chopped a small hole in the middle of the solid wooden door. I bent down, leaned forward, and looked inside. Shenfang stood there stiffly. I smiled and said, Mom, why did you lock the door? I can't get in. Ah. Shenfang's continuous screaming woke up the residents upstairs and downstairs. Soon someone came up. What's going on? Shenfang quickly opened the door and rushed out, pointing at me and shouting, she's crazy. She chopped my door with a knife. She's crazy. Catch her quickly. I tilted my head with an innocent look on my face. It's because Mom locked the door and I can't get in. That's my room, but you broke the door lock of my room, so you can come and go at any time. You love me like this, so of course I have to love you like this. Isn't that right? The next day, Shenfang's face was pale, her eyes were evasive, and she asked someone to change a new door lock for me. Sometimes, if you can't make sense, don't talk about it anymore. She said that it doesn't hurt to cut her with a knife. So you cut her with a knife. The summer vacation has ended unknowingly. Sun Yan and I haven't seen each other again. When school started, she went to my seat and I went to her seat tacitly. As before, we didn't have any communication, and we would walk around when we met face to face. The only one who was nervous was Zhou Xi. He asked me what to do if my grades couldn't keep up. I sneered. Who stipulates that Sun Yan must be the first in the grade? Does Sun Yan want to be the first in the grade? Sun Yan doesn't want to. Sun Yan doesn't even know what he wants. She became more and more confused, daydreaming in class and sleeping on the table after class. I bought a book and threw it in front of her. See what you want to study and which school you want to go to. Sun Yan stopped me. What do you want? I blurted out, make money, make a lot of money. I have already started to urge Shenfang to ask Su Guiyong for money. Shenfang is a very awkward person. It was not until I became Sun Yan that I knew that Su Guiyang only gave the family 2,000 yuan a month for living expenses. She calculated the 2,000 carefully, and every time she called Su Guiyang to say that she didn't spend a penny on herself, she was proud of this. And the only reason that could make her justify asking Su Guiyang for money was only one. This money is spent on your children, not me. Twisted, stubborn, asking for trouble. Is she a pitiful person? Yes. But that was her subject. What does it have to do with Su Cece and Sun Yan? Shenfang was aging visibly, and she was becoming less and less confident. Whenever she showed any resistance, I would quickly suppress her. How to suppress someone? As long as you jump out of her logic and don't care about her emotions, it would be easy. Just like when I asked Su Guiyong for money, why did I have to find a reason? Why did I have to have a pretext? Whether he was willing to give it or not was not important. If you don't give it, I will make a fuss. If you lose money, you will avoid disaster. In the past 6 months, the whole family has been in chaos, but no one asked about or talked about Su Cece. Just like when Su Cece was 10 years old, she deliberately failed the exam, and no one cared. Sun Yan had new shoes, but she didn't. The lights on the balcony were so dim, and no one changed them for her. They forgot to give her the living expenses for the day, and she was hungry for a day. Hiding in the corridor at home, she thought, if she disappeared, would her parents be very anxious? Would they go crazy looking for her? Then he hugged her and said they were wrong and shouldn't treat her like that. Su Cece was looking forward to it. From dusk to sunset, there were fewer and fewer people. And the sky was getting darker. There were no hurried footsteps, no crying or shouting. Su Cece was scared. She locked herself in the dark and endured it. Finally she reached her limit and ran back home crying. Shenfang's face was full of sarcasm. You still have the nerve to run away from home? If you have the ability, don't come back for the rest of your life. Expect me to find you? No way. Su Guiyong sighed, touched Su Cici's hair helplessly. His face gentle and his tone gentle. Don't do this again in the future. Dad will be worried. Be obedient. At that moment, Su Cici shuddered. Zhou Xi also asked me. Can't they really tell you and Sun Yan apart? No, they just don't care. They don't care who is Sun Yan and who is Su Cici. They just want the best child. And now, under my torture, they don't care whether Sun Yan is excellent or not. After all, when Shenfang questioned me why my grades dropped, I would tell her nonchalantly, because of you, you can't give me a good environment. I'm exhausted. It is said that parents are the teachers of their children. You can't even do the most basic body management and emotional management. How can I improve? Alas, if I had a better mother, I would definitely be better than now. Mom, you don't make money and take good care of the family. What's the meaning of your existence? Shenfang collapsed every day. Occasionally she would look at me with suspicion, but as long as I started playing the piano, she would dispel all doubts. Sun Yan may not be good now, but Su Cici is even more useless. She definitely can't play the piano. Shenfang couldn't even tell that I played the same piece every time. It's like she didn't know that no matter how useless I was, I had always been in the top 10 in the grade. The only thing that worried me was that Shenfang took me to see a psychologist. Said I was disobedient, my grades were declining, and I was rebellious. The doctor's diagnosis was moderate depression plus moderate anxiety. I was a little confused and thought he was a quack. Later I thought about it and let it go. Sun Yan was sick, who said Su Cici must be normal. 23. I was very happy when Shenfang and I tortured each other. How could I forget Su Guiyong when I was so happy? I still remember that time I went to his factory and took photos of several sewage outlets, and the unclear relationship between him and his married accountant. Important photos must be sent to the right person. For work matters, find competitors. For emotional matters, find the other person's husband. Zhou Xi also helped me send those photos. His eyes were a little complicated. There are some things he can't understand after all. Empathy is an impossible thing. It didn't take long for Su Guiyong to become anxious. When a common man gets angry, blood splatters 3 feet. The husband of the accountant held a knife against Su Guiyong's neck. Although he didn't cut it, Su Guiyong was scared. He didn't dare to pursue it, otherwise he would lose face. Then there was the review of various departments. Rectification within a time limit. Su Guiyong didn't take it seriously. He thought he could get away with it by treating him to a meal and giving him money. 3 months later, the factory was closed down. Su Guiyong, who had no other choice, returned home dejected. At this moment, it was really a dispute between the two of them. In less than a week, Shenfang, who was originally happy, couldn't stand Su Guiyong anymore. He went to bed late and got up late. He either went out to play cards or drink with friends or watch TV at home. He didn't do any housework, threw dirty clothes and socks around, and found fault with Shenfang. The two had the most intense quarrel ever. Shenfang asked Su Guiyong to get out for the first time. I was very happy to see it. It was just too noisy, so I went back to my room humming a little tune. Sun Yan had chosen her major. She wanted to apply for the biological sciences and chose a university in Anhui, and I chose my alma mater according to the trajectory of my previous life. Zhou Xi became more and more silent. He looked at me silently and followed me silently. What do you want? Su Cici, do you like me? Is it important? Is it not important? I took a deep breath. Zhou Xi, if you start over again just to figure out who I like and who you like, then you are too bad. Time was rolling forward, rolling us to run fast. Shenfang and Su Guiyong were getting divorced. She tried to seek comfort from me countless times, but I blocked her back with indifference. She broke down and cried, and I looked at her silently, like looking at an unreasonable psychopath. Slowly, Shenfang seemed to be afraid of me. I was growing vigorously, and she was getting older day by day. How could she not be afraid? But she rest assured, I will always treat her the way she treats me. Finally, the college entrance examination came as scheduled. Sun Yan had packed her bags and bought a ticket for that night. She was eager to leave and go to a completely new place. I looked at her indifferently and said softly, Su Cici must be in this world, some corner of the world. Live well until the end of your life. Sun Yan lowered her head hastily. She came forward and hugged me. Su Cici, I hate you the most, but what can I do? I love you the most. That night, Zhou Xi also stopped me. He smiled nonchalantly. Don't you want to irritate your parents? I'll give it to you, for free. I rolled my eyes, stupid, turning around. Zhou Xi's voice was a little low. Su Cici, we shouldn't have come to this. For so many years, I always wondered if I really liked you. I didn't know. But I know that I didn't want to leave you. That day, you said that you were with me just because of the desire to win, just to suppress Sunyen, and you didn't really like me at all. I was very sad. So I blurted out such words, Su Cece, I like you. I raised my eyes slightly, with mixed feelings in my heart. I can't say I was sad, but I felt a little depressed. Zhou Xi also talked about the day when I found Sunyen's portrait. He said it was just the melancholy of youth, and asked me not to make trouble. He said Sunyen was just a person who had left, and asked me to stop. But how could I bear that the relationship of many years was a scam, so I laughed sarcastically. Then we are really a pair. You use me as a substitute to replace Sunyen, and I use you as a tool to suppress Sunyen. It's just right. No one owes anyone. Zhou Xi also widened his eyes. What did you say? I said I never liked you. I just wanted to win Sunyen once, at that time. Zhou Xi also had a storm in his eyes. Ha! Then I don't feel that I owe you. Su Cece, you are really not as good as Sunyen. I really regret using you as a substitute. The bad words in the past are still ringing in my ears, but now things have changed. In the end, I said nothing and walked slowly into the shadows. Extra, Sunyen. Sunyen woke up from her sleep again. She sat up suddenly, holding her chest and gasping for breath. This is the 8th year since she left. And she still can't sleep. She is trying to live, making friends, seeing the world, doing experiments, and doing research. Everything seems to be getting better and better. But only Sunyen knows that in the dead of night, she always wants to climb up the windowsill and jump down, but she can't. She is Su Cece now. Su Cece must die of old age. Sunyen has hated Su Cece since she was a child. She is like an indestructible cockroach. No matter how Shenfang treats her, she will be sad for one night at most, and she will wake up with a pair of bright eyes the next day. How can she be so carefree and free? She can do whatever she wants and go wherever she wants. But Sunyen can't. She has endless training classes and endless questions to do. She must work hard to become Shenfang's best child. Su Cece has a pair of healthy legs. She can run to any corner of the world. But Sunyen's wings were clipped and her limbs were broken. She couldn't go anywhere. This made Sunyen despair countless times. She hoped Su Cece could see her and save her. Sunyen never thought that love would destroy a person. Maybe she was not as strong and powerful as Su Cece after all. Sunyen thought, that's it. Her life is like this, but Su Cece gave her a choice to become Su Cece. Sunyen admitted that she was moved. This is the 8th year she has been Su Cece. One day, a friend surprised her by sending her a photo. Look, does it look like you? I am shocked. Are you sure you don't have a twin sister? Sunyen looked at the photo and enlarged it greedily. She was a cold girl, wearing a professional suit and gold-rimmed glasses. And she exuded an aura that kept strangers away. It was Su Cece. This was the real Su Cece. Sunyen had inquired about Su Cece countless times. She knew that Su Cece was going to her ideal university, but that was not what Shenfang wanted. How would she treat Su Cece? Sunyen tossed and turned, bought a ticket and rushed back, hiding for half a month, until Su Cece told her to get out. It's not your concern. She's not enough for me to play with. Just let her control you. A waste, Sunyen thought. She was really a waste. That day we broke into the police station. Sunyen has always known that Su Cece is very good. She worked hard to keep the first place in the grade. Su Cece can easily get into the top 10 in the grade. She practiced repeatedly to memorize the score. But Su Cece can memorize it in one go. Sunyen was very scared. If there must be a loser in this family, she hopes it is Su Cece. But now it seems that she is the loser from beginning to end. It seems that it is not bad. Sunyen suddenly missed Su Cece very much. She took out her mobile phone and dialed the number she remembered by heart. The call was quickly connected. Who is it? Sunyen held the phone tightly, so tightly that her whole hand was shaking. She couldn't say a word, only her breathing became more and more rapid. After a long time, Su Cece spoke. I'm busy. If you are not afraid, come back. Swish. Sunyen's tears flowed down. She said. Her tone full of lightness. She thought she was going home.